Hey everybody, let's do a little review, see why the answers are why they are. So in 3.2, this first question, what are the fundamental structural units of eukaryotic chromosomes? So remember, eukaryotics are plants, they're animals, and they're fungi. So those are all eukaryotic. Bacteria, if you remember, are prokaryotic. That's how you spell bacteria. So let's actually compare these two. So bacteria, if you remember, they have a nucleoid region. So in the middle of a bacteria, it's one singular DNA that just sits there and it's naked. And naked means no proteins. So the DNA here has no proteins associated with it. And in prokaryotes or bacteria, they also have these things called plasmids. Again, also naked, which means no proteins. Eukaryotic chromosomes, however, have this very complex structure where you have these protein beads. These are the beads. And you have this thing called the H1 protein. And these things are called histones. Both of these are called histones. And the histones basically give the DNA something to attach to. So here's my DNA. It's going to kind of wrap around, come around the other side, wrap around here. So there's orange parts of the DNA. So when you look at a chromosome in a eukaryote, it's composed of DNA and proteins, and this whole structure is called a nucleosome. So the correct answer there was A. Let's move down to the next. Okay, I'll do it this way. So get these two. Question number 2 basically is the same question, right? It's asking which of the following chemical components are eukaryotic chromosomes. So it's definitely DNA and protein. And we call this combination of DNA plus protein in eukaryotes like us, it's got a special name, and that special name is called chromatin. And that's why A was the best answer. Question number 3. Question number 3 says, what do all human males inherit from their mother? So we can just do a Punnett square, right? To see what that is. So we do our little box. We should all be super good at this by now. And if you're female, you have an X and an X. That's a Y, Mr. Fleming. You have an X and an X. And if you're male, the father, you're an X and a Y. So here we have XX. Here we have XX. So these are both female. Let's see what goes on with the boys. Here's an XY. Here's an XY. Why am I not doing a very good job with my letters? So we have 50% chance of having a boy. Where did this X come from? From the mom, right? The mom gives the X, the dad gives a Y. So all human males definitely inherit an X chromosome from their mother. But what about the other stuff? And we know it's not Y chromosome because that comes from the dad. But mitochondrial DNA, what's going on there? So if we look at an egg and a sperm, in the egg, she has a nucleus with the chromosomes in them. But it's an egg, it's a cell, so there's also mitochondria in here. So there's our mitochondria. And the sperm, when it comes to the egg, the only thing it delivers inside is the chromosomes. It doesn't deliver any of the structural units. So that is also correct. So mitochondrial DNA and the X chromosome, so the correct answer there is C. Let's check question number 4. Homologous chromosomes. You should all be experts by now. So homologous chromosome is a chromosome from your dad and a chromosome from your mom. So these two chromosomes are your gift from your parents. Now, homologous chromosomes have a bunch of things that are the same. They have genes, the same genes, in the same position or locus. The alleles can be different, but the genes are the same. Other important things about homologous chromosomes: centromere in the same position, They might have a similar banding pattern, same shape, and same size. Best answer A.